And hey there, hi there, ho there. We're back once again. Announcer Joe, Joe Wells here with you once again with the NASCAR Race 2003 series here, checking out different tracks we have found around the internet. And today, a bit of an exciting find is I'm a fan of the Isle of Man motorcycle race. If you're not familiar, the Isle of Man race started years and years ago. I think it's right around 100 years old at this point. Pretty much motorcycle racing was outlawed in the streets in the UK. And to remedy that, the Isle of Man started their own little Speed Week time trial thing. And so they converted the motorcycle racing, pretty much left the Great Britain, the actual land of Great Britain, and came to the Isle of Man with the different rules. And they're allowed to have the racing there, and they pretty much made a big Speed Week of it. It is a legendary race, a very dangerous race. You see the course is 15.3 miles long. It winds through the streets, this little European town, typical narrow streets, trees, walls, buildings in the way, all sorts of stuff. Every year, people die during this event. And what makes it unique as well, the big track is 15 1/3 miles long. They cut it up and they have smaller events throughout the week, different classes. And when the racing's done for the day, the general public is allowed to go out and run the course. So not only is it dangerous when you have professional drivers out there, but you also have amateurs trying to see what they can do. Now, a couple notes here. You see this is actual Jim Pearson's original track. I believe that's the Grand Prix Legends for GPL. That's what I think it is. Sorry if I'm off a bit on my nomenclature here for sim racing. Converted to NASCAR 2003 by Nagy Zoltan and Mad Cowie. I have looked this track over once. I started recording a few minutes ago, and I messed up towards the very end, so this is a redo. And see, there's a couple notes on here actually where the developers and the guys who converted it have left you some Easter eggs to tell you how to better perform this track. Right there you see the note, this is originally made for GPL. Optimizing a frame rate using short draw distances. The optimal draw distance setting for NASCAR 2003 is 7%. Yes, 7%. It gives a good frame rate and only a very few slight graphic pop-ups. If you set your draw distance higher than 15%, it will not make it a better graphic experience. It'll actually degrade the frame rate. So set your draw rate at 7%. It keeps the frame rate going fine. I actually had no problem at all during my last recording here. Let's jump into the game. And this, I'm going to tell you right now, is going to be a Sunday drive. Okay? I tried this once already. And it's a 15-mile, very narrow road course, and you must commit some time to memorizing and learning the course if you want to make any type of speed around here. So, let's see, what am I on? I'm on easy? Yeah, we'll leave it on easy. How's that sound? I'll leave it in the test mode for right now, just give you a little view of the track. Excuse me. I'll shoot from out of the car first of all, but you see the graphic quality here is just awesome. Look at the trees, look at the buildings, the people. High quality graphics, and that goes throughout the entire course here.
Limit 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Okay, you're clear.
All right.
Okay,
I actually
when you can.
bumped up my microphone decibels so I get a better sound out of it. You'll see a couple blips like that black line you saw go through it here, but just check out the graphic quality. This is awesome. And I'm going to make this a Sunday drive. I'm not going to go here and try to get speed. Like I said, you have to commit this course to memory. Because you'll see the corners coming up, very sharp corner, wasn't prepared for it, you take the bails. So if you're going to try this course, I suggest you take some time to memorize the course. I'm actually going to think about throwing a map up next to the screen here for a bit here and doing some notes, good old, road rally style. Okay, quit talking, start driving. How's that sound? But just the graphic quality here is awesome. You see the way the trees, the road, everything is just top flight, top of the line.
Clear.
And true to form, the narrow roadways. I'm a fan of the Isle of Man. I'm not a huge motorcycle racing fan, but I love the Isle of Man race. I watch a bunch of the videos on YouTube and so forth. And I'm recognizing some of these buildings as landmarks. So that's how graphically true this system is right here. Try to get through that, sticking myself on a wall. That just happened a minute ago. I went to make a recording like this, and I actually got stuck on a wall. I got the final quarter mile or so, so I had to stop and start all over again. See, maybe follow some people here. This view is a little hard with the trees getting in your way, so let's bump it down a view here. Slow down here, and the walls stick out just like they do in the actual courses. And if you know, it's typical European, small-town European stuff. We have rock walls, we've got embankments, we have hedgerows. You see how great detail the curve right there, actually being a three-dimensional curve. You hit the curve and it bounces you up. I like that actually for detail. So this track, in my mind, is just awesome at this point. I've got to learn how to drive it, of course. It's a very technical and tricky track. If you're not familiar with the Isle of Man, I say go to YouTube and just look it up. There are tons of videos. It's amazing what these motorcycle riders do. I think they just race motorcycles and sidecars. And I believe when the general public is allowed to have the track after hours, you might see a couple cars out there. Ouch. But it's just an unbelievably, remarkably technical race. And these guys, they run these hedgerows. Dang it. Better than that. But in a motorcycle, they'll go through here and put the knee on the ground, helmet inches away from these walls we're passing here, and they do it, man, at a high rate of speed. We're seeing one minor glitch pop up ahead of us. You see the little black line up here once in a while, and if that's all it is, I've got no complaints. There are a couple of landmark long straightaways on the course, and also the S-curves. We're basically driving around the Isle of Man, and throughout the week, when they run the Speed Week out there, they will cut the course up into smaller sections and run class races and run smaller bikes in different groups and so forth. But the big group, whatever they call them, the Unlimited, the Open, the big bikes, they'll run in a series of like 5 or 6 bikes at a time. And there's a time trial. Isle of Man TT, it's a time trial event. So basically they get to run and the 5 bikes will run together and you're running the clock. So you out there, you put your time down, you race your group of 5 bikes. So you have to deal with some traffic issues, possibly, maybe. But you are racing against the clock. And yes, I'm going very slow. I said this is a Sunday drive, just showing you the course. There have been a couple of horrific crashes here. Again, if you watch YouTube and check out the Isle of Man races, a couple of, I believe at least one rider dies every year. And there's actually a couple of memorials posted around the track, around the raceway, or racing course. And there's a couple of crashes where you saw me turn the corner, and then also I'm right in the building. There's a couple of bikes where they actually turn a corner, and the road curves and the bike doesn't. And they'll slap the wall full speed. So I saw them slow down. Was enough. I was actually paying attention on that one though. I saw them slow down, so I decided to, and it was too late. That might be right with that last. There's a very popular YouTube video where a driver hits a building pretty much full speed. That might have been it there actually. Once again, a little graphic glitch pops up once in a while, a little black line. And that's no complaint at all. Just the graphic quality here. You check out the detail in the trees and the buildings as you go by here. This is not your typical weekend throw together track where somebody just throws down cubes and calls them buildings. There's detail in here. Next to some good facial expressions of people as they ride by too, the people on the side of the roadway. Which is always a pet peeve of mine for European road racing. You should not have people... Wall! You should not have people lining your racetracks. Oh, who was that? Come on, dude. Give me a break. That better not got me stuck. Okay. The last time I tried this, I got stuck just like that. Go back and watch the replay, see who took me out. It's probably Harvick. He's up there ahead of me now by 4 spots. It wasn't Danica, surprise, surprise. But once again, just some great graphics here. Some great detail. I'm recognizing landmarks from watching videos. So you know the effort's gone in this track build. in this conversion. So kudos to the people who did this. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun once you learn what the hell you're doing. Seems like a long 15 miles at this point, but there are a couple of landmark straightaways and also the bluffs as you drive down these areas.
Clear.
When you're on the bluffs, there's a couple of, if you watch the YouTube videos once again, a couple of riders just sort of disappear off over the cliffs. Go back up here. And here's a couple of those right here. You see to the left-hand side, the graphics, the detail, those buildings back behind us right here. See, it's not just the roadside buildings. You're putting some effort into putting some buildings a couple blocks off so you get that three-dimensional effect. So that's an awesome effect here. And of course, this view, the trees are in my way a bit. So we can go back to something else here. Whoa! Wrong direction.
Car left.
Car left.
Clear
Go ahead,
on the
Mr.
left.
Reagan. But see the left-hand side, how all that, now I gotta go back up again to show you a better view. You see the three-dimensional effect here? The cliffs. Bikers disappear. Over the cliffs. Go to the rooftop view. That's the best combination of the two. This is a bit of the home stretch right here. It's a 15.338 mile road course. We're just going to Sunday drive it here. Some of the classic S's. And like I said, you see off the right hand side, these are just simple fences for livestock. It's not meant to design to stop a vehicle of any sort. And you will see riders go off through these things and disappear over the grass. The regular highway fence posts. And during race days, they do make an effort to put some tires up and some hay bales and so forth. But at 100 plus miles an hour, these guys go almost 200 miles an hour in some sections. I believe over 200. They've run, of course, kilometers because they're in Europe, so. But they fly. So I'll make that suggestion once again if you're not familiar with the Isle of Man TT. That's where I got stuck last time, I think, right there. If you're not familiar, go to YouTube, check it out. It is an awesomely interesting race. I suppose. And I'm just loving the graphic detail here and the attention to detail for everything. Look at that pretty view to the left. And this is one of the places too where bikers drop over off the end of the earth to the left. It looks like they'll once I finish our basic introduction here, I'll go back and drive some of these areas, see where you can disappear at, and see what these things look like as I try to learn the course. This should be an all-out open fly through this area, actually. Welcome to the Isle of Man. Okay. We should be coming up to the end of our loop here pretty soon. I think I see some buildings off in the distance there. These horizon shots are just beautiful. For being a graphic video game, they are just beautiful. So it's a sign. Go back and read that. The developers put a couple nice little Easter eggs in here. There's actually, when you first sign on, one of the things that pops up in the video replay box, it tells you which cameras used for replays. Basically, the course is so big and spread out that the replay cameras do not don't work for all positions. So they tell you what cameras to use to watch the replays. Which, of course, a nice little hint. Looks like we're coming up to civilization here. Nice little breaking point. I can see that right there. And again, these buildings are some buildings I recognize as landmarks in the videos, so hats off once again to the developers. There are 3 straightaways on this series that just allow you to stand on it and go. Just little kinks like that. Really get some spectacular shots and views for the drivers. Am I reaching the end here? Civilization, possibly? Again, I'm just Sunday driving this. I don't know the course at all. I don't want to bounce off too many more things. Well, curb and hedgerow. Oh, come back on the wheels. Come back on the wheels, please. Thank you. A bridge? Read the sign there. Something about a bridge. Slope. What do you think I'm doing? Roundabout sign. Oh, this looks like the final little spot here. Is this? Yep, that's pin entrance to your left right there. So, that's one lap around the Isle of Man time trial course, 15.338 miles. And I'm going to go ahead and find a map online first of all. See if I can maybe learn the circuit a little better. It looks like it'd be a blast to actually drive and fly through, but you have to know it. You have to know these layouts, these corners, to make any effect here. So that'll be my effort, I think, for the rest of the day here. Ah! Crunch. Or else stuff like that happens. The quarter bridge. That's what that sign was, a quarter bridge. So, alrighty. Well, once again, thanks for tuning in to AnnouncerJoe.com and my NASCAR Racing 2003 track introductions. I appreciate you checking us out as always. Be sure to like my page on Facebook and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, please. Once again, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you later on.